All right. Hi. Welcome back to the Discover Las Vegas podcast. My name is Jasmine. Today I'm joined here with Jonathan Mesa and Jasmine Freeman from the Cultural Affairs. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Okay. So I'm Jasmine Freeman, Cultural Affairs Manager here at the City of Las Vegas. And my area of oversight includes special events. So that's our council and event services team. They serve our mayor and our city council members for all of their events that they put on throughout the year, whether it's a movie in the park or the mayor's State of the City. And we also have our production services team. So the production services team helps to support all of our special events at the City of Las Vegas. That could include the city's mobile stage or even tech support in our council chambers throughout the year. And we have our event permits team, our facility rentals team. Those are just a few of the things we do. We also just added the film permit team to our area. And really that whole unit just works on special events, whether there are events or there are events that community members are having, and we're helping to facilitate that with either using our space or making sure that they have the right permits in place to do what they're doing safely in the community.
That's awesome. So you said it's a film permit. Mm-hmm. What are you guys planning to do with that?
So with film permits, that existed previously. It was a component of Public Works, but they saw a lot of alignment with the special events team and how our permits operate. And so that function just came over to our team. And it's really just making sure that anybody that's filming for commercial purposes in the city of Las Vegas has the appropriate permit in place. And we work with them, say they're coming to film a movie like The Hangover, or they're coming to film a commercial. They do need to get that permit. Or if you're just taking photos for your website in the public right of way, you need to get that permit. It's a free permit and it's easy enough to apply for, but that's also part of what we do.
Awesome. Very interesting.
So I'm Jonathan Mesa. I am also the Cultural Affairs Manager. My purview is over the performing arts and arts education programming. We run two performing arts centers, two performing arts facilities that house all types of arts education programming. We run multi festivals throughout the year. Our fiscal year goes from, as we know, from June to July to June, but our programming cycle goes from September through about the end of June, really, and we feature a lot of programming akin to what you would see similar to at the Smith Center or in other performing arts centers. A lot of people don't know that we have that kind of programming here in Las Vegas, but we sure do. So that's my purview.
Yeah, so I feel like you're right. A lot of people don't know a lot of the cultural stuff that we have going on. Could you guys talk a little bit about the cultural identity of the city?
Sure. So, picking back off of what I just said, that the city has for a long time been associated with a lot of stereotypical themes like Elvis and getting married and the Strip. And a lot of that is really cool, and we do embrace that, but there's a lot more to that. We are a fully functional city. We're a city of, I believe it's 3 million people or nearly 3 million people. And when we have tourists come to the Strip, I think sometimes we even double. So we are a self-sustained city that thrives on its own. And a lot of people don't know that. I mean, I still go out of town and I tell people I'm from Las Vegas, and they say, "Hey, you're from Las Vegas," and and I say, "Yeah, we have grocery stores and gas stations as well." So, it's ironic and it's surprising to a lot of people that Vegas is more than just the Las Vegas Strip. I mean, we are our own city, and we are essentially the entertainment capital as well. So a lot of what we do, like I said, is programming around town in our performing arts centers, amphitheaters, and out in the parks as well. We do a lot of concerts in the park, a lot of which we offer free into the public, just so we expose our citizens and our residents to what we do in the cultural affairs area, and that is to promote the arts.
Yeah, just to tack onto that too, Jonathan, we have this melting pot of a city too when it comes to Las Vegas. It attracts people from all over the world to come and live here. I know just sitting with my family at a park, and I will have 5 different surrounding families around me, and they're all speaking different languages. They all come from different heritages, and so they're all looking for different things. And I think what's cool is that we at the city get to offer something for everyone, and for our, multicultural city, events for them to enjoy together.
Totally.
So kind of going along with that, what's the biggest challenge that you guys face when trying to either preserve or promote the city's cultural heritage?
So the way the city collaborates with certain individuals or organizations is that we have a partnership program with 2 nonprofits at the Charleston Heights Arts Center that use that facility as its home base. They have their full season programming for their year. They're at the Jeannie Roberts Theater at the Charleston Heights Arts Center. One would be the Contemporary West Dance Theater that focuses on contemporary and modern dance, and they have their 3 shows, their fall show, their Christmas show, as well as their spring show. But they also operate a conservatory at that facility where it's taking dance programming a little bit more to the next level, in the sense where they're not only just a dance program. We don't just go to dance classes. It's a full conservatory that has a show at the very end of that year, almost like a recital, and they perform what they've learned throughout the year, and it's all managed and operated by Bernard Gaddis, who is the founder of the Contemporary West Dance Theater. The other nonprofit that we engage with is the Vegas City Opera, and they are an opera company that uses our facilities as well. We have some concerts out in the park with them, but we also have their season shows in our Jeannie Roberts Theater. Their upcoming show, I believe, is Kings and Queens, happening on the weekend of October 14th. So if you're able to join us, we'd love to see you there. Contemporary West Dance Theater has their opening show on October 6th and 7th. That would be their Fall in Love fall show.
Very fun.
Yeah, additionally, for just partnerships, to name a few of the partnerships, Broadway in the Hood they have a program that runs out of the historic Fifth Street School, as well as the NSA, National School of the Arts, and they have they are a tenant at Fifth Street School and operate their programming out of that space too, which is it's great that we're able to partner with our community members in that way.
Right.
To enhance cultural experiences and events in the city.
So, we partner with a lot of nonprofits as well as give them the opportunity to have their own events through our co-sponsored program, where we nonprofits or other companies or other organizations will apply to have events in our city facilities, and we accept them based on the themes of their events and what they're trying to do, their mission statement, and we promote an event centered around the type of event that they'd like to have.
Yeah. Awesome. We also have we just started doing that this year in 2023, and we'll continue it into next year. It's the Arts and Culture Summit, and we're actually getting all of these community members that are part of the arts and culture field, whether it's gallery owners, large and small, spoken word poets, visual artists, all of the people that are in arts and culture. And we're bringing them together to have this summit for a full day. And we just talk about the emerging issues for the industry across the board. We talk about, what's unique to Las Vegas. And so we're able to have these conversations and create this gathering place. And so I think that's a great way for us as a city to collaborate with our community and figure out what things we need to solve together and what they need from us as a city so that we can provide those resources going down the line and make Las Vegas a better place for all of us to live, work, and play.
Right.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. Wow. I want to go to that. And hopefully our listeners will go to that as well.
Well, that's really the point, is just, exposure and getting the word out there. I mean, we have city billboards where we advertise all of our programming, but it's not only, performing arts that we do. We also have a public art team that is responsible for a lot of the beautiful art that you see out in all of Las Vegas. Can't name any at the top of my head, and I know I'm going to get some backlash for that. But if you see something out there, whether they be power boxes that have been painted over or sculptures, more than likely our city team is involved in that. And it's really special to be able to see those kinds of monuments and take pride in the fact that some of our colleagues are behind that.
Yeah. I love seeing the power boxes around town. I'm like, ooh, I've never seen that design. Ooh, I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are really awesome. I think they add a lot of fun and brightness to the city, which we need in the desert.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Speaking of that, in downtown and just that fun and brightness, events with partnerships with some of our events, like Life is Beautiful. I mean, look at how they've changed the landscape of downtown with all of the murals on the big, sides of the buildings and parking garages. It makes it such a fun, bright place where people want to go and take their pictures and, have Instagrammable moments. And all of that is from a festival that's been taking place for the last 10 years right down there in that footprint.
So do you guys work with Life is Beautiful at all? I know you guys do permits and stuff like that. So do they have to come through you to kind of set everything up?
Yep, our office handles the Life is Beautiful sponsorship agreement and anything that's related to the, infrastructure that's coming in for the festival and making sure that everything's permitted safely. So us, along with several other departments, work with their team pretty closely leading up to the event. We usually kick off in April or May, and we're working, together every minute right now as we're leading up to the festival in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Awesome. What kind of educational programs and resources do you guys have for those interested in learning more about the local cultural heritage?
So, as I mentioned, we have tons of educational programs throughout the year where we offer to all of our residents. We have a youth theater company in the Rainbow Youth Theater Company where they do children's theater, and they do 4 shows throughout the year. Three amazing theater plays and 1 musical, and they knock it out of the park every time they do it. And it's really impressive to see children putting on a full length production of essentially a minor version of what we would see on Broadway. So the programs that we have here, we take them seriously, and they range anywhere from we have a dance program with one of our nonprofit partners, Contemporary West Dance Company, that offers modern and contemporary dance as an art and as a class to be able to teach and foster their future talent for future generations. So it's really interesting to see the level of programming that we have be offered at the community level, so that way everyone can be exposed to these high performing arts experiences, and not just taking a random class. What we do, we take pride in, and we think it's top notch education.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also are seeing more and more collaborations with our city council members. And so whether it's community members and the city council person that are having cultural events together, like we, when this podcast launched, it will have just happened, the Fiestas Patrias event at East Las Vegas Community Center. It's a collaboration between the community and Councilwoman Diaz, and it'll be a really, wonderful event. But there's things like that happening throughout the year.
Oh, how cool. Awesome. I kind of don't want to go to the last question. Okay, I'll throw you guys for a loop a little bit. What would you say your favorite part has been on the job?
So for me, I love the diversity of my job. I get to work with almost everyone at the city. I get to talk to so many different people and get to know really the heartbeat of the city. All of our people, whether it's, facilities or the mayor's office and everywhere, all across the board. And I also get the unique opportunity to work with community members. And there's just a whole host of people in the community that we get to work with on a regular basis. And I guess I'm a relationship person. I love to build relationships. I love to connect people. So being in this position, this unique position, is a way for me to utilize that skill set and do something that I love.
Yeah, I think definitely one of my favorite things about working with the city is that like community relationship building aspect of it. I think is really fulfilling.
Well, that's the core purpose of what we do, and I think that's my personal favorite is just the fact that we get to work with the community, we get to work with our residents, and we get to do things for them. I think it's another one for me is just simply having a job where I get paid to work in the arts. You can't really go around and say that. I get to come to work and I know I sound like a broken record right now, but really promote that the arts are a necessity and that it is an essential experience. The arts are. So having the ability to do that and coming to work every day, I think that's why I do what I do. So huge on the diversity and connecting with people as well. I mean, it's all part of it. So I just really, I love being here, and I love for how long I've been here, and hope to keep that going.
Awesome. And then what event would you guys say is your favorite event that you've either been to or worked at?
Put us on the spot. I don't know if I have a favorite because they're all my favorites, right? But one of the ones that just comes to mind just because I'm simply working on it right now and is unique to some of the other things that happen around town is we do a Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead festival at Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza every year on the actual date. I know a lot of other either nonprofits or community organizations, they wait for the weekend until that weekend just to have the biggest draw. But even if it's on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, whatever day of the week, we do it on November 2nd. So I think that's what's really special about what we do. Yeah, I would say that would probably be the one that comes to mind. We have a Tamale and Mariachi Festival that happens about a month later as well. The themes again are eating tamales and listening to wonderful mariachi music. And we have some amazing headliners, Mariachi Los Camperos, who is headlining again for us this year. So we're really happy about all the programs that we have. So I can't really say that I have a particular favorite. I'm focused on those right now. And our Las Vegas Book Festival, how could I forget about that? One of the biggest events that we do all year. And that's a really different type of event that we do just because it's focused on the literacy market and promoting literature and reading in general. And we see some of authors, some of the greatest authors of all time that get to come to this and share their knowledge and get to sign books. So I'm thinking of all of them, and I can't really come up with a favorite one. I'm sorry I stole the spotlight.
It's like trying to pick your favorite kid.
Yeah.
You can't do that. But what I can say is we work with great community partners. We work with the folks at First Friday, and city gets to be a sponsor of that event. It's fantastic, and it brings out thousands of community members every month. One of the events that my team gets to work on is the Eldorado Days Parade. And Eldorado, it's the longest running or most historic parade here in the city of Las Vegas. We've got a lot of history there. And one of the challenges that we get to work on with that parade is, making sure that it's current and up to date and that our whole community feels like it's their parade and it's a celebration of their community and their heritage. And so really it's celebrating, where we came from, where we are now, and where we're going together as a community. So I love that about being able to work on that with my team. We get to take that skill set and doing a parade, and we're working right now on the historic West Side School parade and with Jonathan Festival. And doing that, we get to celebrate the unique opportunity of having a 100-year celebration. Right. So the West Side School is turning 100 years old this year. The event will have already happened by the time we launch the podcast, but that is something special in and of itself, because in Las Vegas, what do we do as things age and we tear them down, we build something new, bigger, brighter, more lights, fancier, and all that stuff. But the school has been standing there for 100 years, and it's serving our community still today, and we get to celebrate that with the community. And so being able to use our skill set in a way where we know how to do a parade, or we know how to do a festival, and we're able to translate those skills to something new and different, and collaborate with our community members like the West Side Alumni Foundation on things like that. It's just, you can't pick one favorite thing. I think whatever we're working on at the moment could be the most frustrating, also the most favorite at the time.
Yeah.
But it's always so fun to see the outcome of that event and how our community members connect with it, because there's something different in each event for each community member. Mm-hmm. The Pride Parade offers something different to the people that are coming out to the Pride Parade than the Martin Luther King Parade and event. Right. But it's all about finding those people in the community that have those same values and you can connect with. It's about celebrating yourself and who you are as a community member, that identity, and just being able to enjoy where you live. And in Las Vegas, our mission is to build community to make life better. And I feel like through our events, our festivals, we get to do that for our community too.
Yeah, definitely.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have any resources or opportunities for those interested in contributing to the cultural heritage of the city?
Yeah, we're always open to any suggestions or anything that the residents want to offer, whether it's their input or just want to get involved and take and be a part of some of our programs. I may have mentioned that we have a season brochure coming out very soon that's going to have a listing of all of our cultural happenings in this one book. So that'll be a great resource. But as of now, just stay tuned on artslasvegas.org or lasvegasnevada.gov, and you head to the the Parks and Rec cultural area, and our calendar will pop up, and it'll have a listing of all our amazing programs that we have. So we also have email addresses, artslasvegas@lasvegasnevada.gov, where we get a lot of inquiries from folks just wanting to know more about how they can be involved or when certain happenings are happening. So those are some really good avenues of how to find out what we have going on here in the city.
So cultural, while it's a small component of our department overall, because we do have one of those mega departments at the city, mm-hmm. We do so many things and not represented here, public art. So Laura Machado is our supervisor over public art, and that's I think Jonathan dove into that a little bit earlier, but they program all of the city gallery spaces. They have all of the public art that we see outdoors, whether it's the sculptures, radial symmetry that's near City Hall. On Coolidge, you have Snowball, the big cat head, kind of a staple down in First Friday's footprint. So there's so many things to see, mm-hmm. do, and experience here that are part of Las Vegas. And like Jonathan mentioned earlier, that people just, they don't realize it when they think of Las Vegas, as a culture, who we are. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of hidden gems.
Yep. Yeah, they see the Strip and they're like, okay, that's the whole city.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not even us.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a touristy thing. I mean, all the locals will tell you. I mean, unless you're somebody that actually lives on the Strip, but all the locals will tell you, hey, I don't even go to the Strip. Yeah. So, my dad always says, you only go to the Strip to donate, not to gamble. You go to donate your money.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good philosophy.
Donate to the casinos. So, but hey, not complaining about that either. So, keep gambling, folks. Keep on coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about the book festival. You got headliners now?
Yeah, we have headliners. We have 4 amazing headliners. Malcolm Nance, a political thriller writer, is going to be in conversation with Steve Sebelius from the RJ. We have Terry McMillan in conversation with the wonderful China Hudson. And we have Anna Reyes, who's part of the Reese Witherspoon Book Club, New York Times bestsellers. I forget the title of the name of the book, but we also have Rebecca Yarros, who is also one of New York Times best sellers right now. So all 4 of those are our headliners, but we have incredible things for the kids and for the whole family as well. October 21st, lost my train of thought.
Yeah, so the Las Vegas Book Festival, October 21st, starts at 10 a.m.,
Right.
goes until 7 p.m.
It goes till closer to about 6 p.m.
Goes until so it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that's at the historic Fifth Street School downtown.
Correct.
There's going to be all kinds of panelists and things for kids to enjoy, for adults to enjoy. That's definitely an all ages festival, and that's coming up really soon.
Very soon.
Awesome.
Yeah. Are we still collecting volunteers for parades and festivals, Jonathan? Do you know if we have a volunteer
I
contingent?
think in general, we're always looking for volunteers and people that support the arts in general. So, yeah, I mean, we're never going to turn down a volunteer. If you're interested in doing that kind of stuff, go to the email address that I just mentioned, or some of the websites that I mentioned, or stop by some of our community centers or art centers as well. Those are the best ways to get involved, and we'll give you all the information you need, so that way we can see more of you.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything else that you guys want to shout out or mention?
I mean, I think that you should definitely come to one of the festivals that's coming up. So the Dia de los Muertos Festival, or plan a little ahead and come to Tamale and Mariachi Festival at Fifth Street School. They're both going to be fantastic, and it would really give you a taste of some of the things that the city does here.
Awesome. Maybe we can do an on-the-road podcast episode there and interview a couple people. That would be fun.
I think you definitely should.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us on our podcast today, guys. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to learn a little bit about our city and our cultural heritage. All of our listeners, make sure to go to their website. We'll have a QR code probably in the description. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.